Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 92 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where I am refactoring a little bit of my slate logic that we set up in the last couple episodes. We now have a third type of slate, the imbued slate, and we need to handle that. So I've just cleared out a lot of my slate things going on that I have logic for in here, and we're going to tweak this just a little bit. So first off, let's add a new writer over here, and I haven't programmed this too much yet, but we should be ready to handle this. So what we want to have is we are doing puller from here. You're going to pull out of the blood altar, okay, and then you're going to send into the chest. Cool. Now I do want my writer here, but I'm not actually going to tell this guy to write, because what I want to make sure of is that if we occasionally get an extra piece of stone in there, it'll still pull out that third tier. So really the limiter for the last one will be the stone going in rather than how many are in here. Like this will check, and if there's 32, just based on timing, we might get one more piece of stone in here. I don't want the stone to get stuck in the blood altar. So I want it to always pull the imbued slate out of the blood altar into the chest. And then it'll stop doing stones into the altar, and we should be cool, right? So even though we've got this here, we're going to be good. But I also do still want to program, and what I should do here is also Control U should be whitelist, and Control U should also be whitelist. Now, when we get to Tier 4 and we add Tier 4 slates, we will modify this writer here to need redstone, and then we will also modify we'll make a fourth one that will not care about redstone. Cool? So that's the plan. All right, so now let's real quick add another portable logic programmer here, right? So we want an item for imbued slates so that we can check out imbued slates. Cool. And then we want to get our variable card for all the items in the chest, remember from before? And we're going to use that count guy, item list count, U and U. And I'm purposely doing this fast to show you just how quick this works, right? How easy was that? Now we have a way to count how many of those imbued slates are inside that chest, right? 3, 3. I purposely did that very quickly. If you have no idea what I just did, go back an episode or two where I very slowly did that. But one of those things that I've found when trying to teach people things is if you do it very slowly at first, people because I'm slowly, carefully explaining every step of the way, people get overwhelmed and then they think, oh man, that must have been really hard to do. That must have, like, it took him like 5 minutes to set that up. That must be hard. I'm intimidated. I don't want to try it. I want you to see how quick and easy it was to do what I just did. Okay? It took me 5 seconds to measure the amount of imbued slates in that inventory. Okay? Cool? So this is the number of imbued slates. So I should probably write down what that is, right? So, imbued slate count. Cool. Oops. Right. Imbued slate count, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to do... where's my 32? There he is. All right. We're going to very quickly do a less than. So if imbued slate count is less than 32, you're going to be imbued check. Cool. And then that's kind of like blank slate check and reinforced slate check. We now have an imbued check. Okay, so these guys go in here, right? So if we check now, blank slate is false. Reinforced is false. Imbued is true because we need more imbued. Cool. Now we need to combine our OR check for this guy. Okay. So we should do OR. And just wondering if there's a multiple OR. I don't think so. We'll just do OR. So we're going to say blank or reinforced. Blank or reinforced. Okay. And then we're going to do blank, reinforced, or imbued. blank reinforced imbued, right? Because that's blank or reinforced, or we need imbued. So now we have a triple or, right? We have, do we need blank, or do we need reinforced, or do we need imbued? Okay? And that'll be you. Blank, reinforced, imbued. Cool. And then we've got our AND operator here. And we're going to see, do we need one of those three, and do we have enough LP? Okay. And that'll become your new move stone. Cool. So move stone's going to go in there. Boom. Blank slate check can go in here. Reinforced slate check can go in here. Normally I would put the imbued check here, but remember, I always want to pull out. So I'll do that so that he's ready, but I'm still going to set this guy to always run. Okay? And we have no redstone control on these guys. Alright? And then we can put our logical combiner bits into here, and we should be cool. And now you're false, probably because you don't have enough LP in your altar. Correct, we only have 2,000. I think I want to bump that up from 2,000, though, to like, should we do 8,000? Because here's the deal. Imbued slates require 5,000 LP. So it's 1,000 for the first tier, plus 2,000 for the second tier is 3,000, plus 5,000 for the third tier is a total of 8,000 to go from stone to imbued. So we should make this 8,000 is what we should do. So you're currently 3,000. I'm going to make you an integer 8,000. Okay. So now, yes, we need imbued, but no, we don't have 8,000. What we should see is when I start murderizing mobs, this guy won't get a piece of stone until he gets to the 8,000 mark. 7,500. Nice. That's what's up. Cool. And then what we're going to see, I'm just going to speed him up a little bit, if I may. So then that's going to be, the big particles is 2. And then one more big particle, that'll be the third. And then he'll transition over to here, and we have 4 imbued slates now. Cool? Cool. I should see if I can, like, somehow get my rats. I don't know if I can. Here's a question. You know what I should do is I should make my speed upgrades. That's what I should do. So I'm going to get 16 of these, and we're going to get speed runes. I'm going to make 8. Okay. So my speed runes, we take 1 of the blank runes and 2 of those, and that should be cool. And there's your 8. And that should make crafting a lot quicker. Without having to use the rats. Good times? Okay, so let's see how much faster crafting goes now that we've got those 8 speed runes. And by the way, you're back to a tier 3 altar. That's how we know we're groovy. Awesome. Awesome. So he should craft noticeably quicker now. See how much faster that was? That's definitely faster. That's noticeably quicker. I mean, it's not tick accelerating that quicker, but it's definitely quicker. And as we expand this altar further and further, it's going to be even better and better. Cool? So that's pretty sweet. So that'll quickly fill up our tier 1s again, and then we'll get tier, and that'll be fun. Nice. All right, cool. So I'm going to... Let's see, what's our next steps here? That's a good question. I don't know how much of tier 4 is set up yet, I guess, would be the main question. So we still want some tick accelerating rats, unfortunately. I was hoping we could avoid it. FYI, just as an FYI, we totally did run out of mana in between episodes, and I had to put more in there. So this thing is consuming mana, and it's something to watch out for. I mean, if you kill them the moment they teleport here, it's not super important to hold them in place. But yes, if you run out of mana, it's... Oh, see. They don't always kill the rats, which is nice. That's not my first exploding creeper. Did one of them die? One of them might have died. Yeah. Oh, no, here he is. Here's rat number 2. Hey, buddy. See, rats are pretty resilient. So, like, one creeper explosion ain't gonna kill them. At least not too often. It's nice, right? It's nice. Alright. So, yeah, you guys get back to work. Yeah, you're at 78.97. That's what's up. Are you guys poisoned? He might be poisoned. Also, sometimes they get pushed. What I would love to do is be able to, like, sneak them underground here. I think there was a facade, wasn't there? From Integrated? Because if there is... Well, that's neat. Combined with a block and a crafting table. Sweet. Ooh, look at that. Facade. Polished lava stone. Oh, hello. Nobody panic, but this might be cool. Hang on a sec. Can I now sneak you guys under there? And hopefully they don't take damage from explosions under there? I think he's poisoned. One of them's poisoned. He seems cool now. So that might be neat. That might be neat. Right? And that's totally speeding things up. And then there's less, you know, annoying particles going on. That's pretty cool. I like this. I call this a win. I'm 100% on board. Now, the one downside to this is our Megumon is totally affecting our rats. So this wastes a lot of mana. So I had an idea about that, and I'm curious. Let's try this out real quick. Now that we're here, I want to try this out as a solution. You ready? What if we made a Rosa Arcana? That's going to need 2 pink, 2 purple, and a lime with a rune of mana. All right. So 2 pink. That's magenta. 2 pink, 2 purple, and a lime. Right? 2 pink, 2 purple, and a lime. And I believe a rune of mana is what? 5 of those and an ender pearl. Ender pearl. Not a concern. Needs more mana, for sure. Remember I told you we ran out of mana in there? But, so the Rosa Arcana generates mana from experience drops. We're automatically picking up items, right, from the mobs. And when we kill them, they drop experience orbs. So now, when I kill them, the experience orbs will be picked up by the Rosa Arcana and turned into mana and fill the mana pool? That could be cool. That could be cool, right? Wouldn't that be cool? I feel like that would be cool. Need some living wood. Okay. That could be neat, right? I think that's a cool... I thought that was a cool idea. To kind of generate mana in that room off of what we're already generating. Like, that's pretty spiffy, I think. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong about that being a cool idea. I should just get the Badania magnet and call it a day. And then I can, you know, be a little bit smarter about things. But you, sir, should need that, and you should need that, and then you can have that, and you can have that. And then we're going to want a living rock. Thought I had at least a little bit of living stone, maybe not. Okay. To do, automate that to... I should definitely look at automating that. Hooray! Are you good? You are good. Awesome. Let me go collect my rats real quick. I don't want to leave too many of them there. This was a traveling salesman rat. I don't know why they're just chilling there, but they've been chilling there for a little bit. You know what I should do? I should mob imprisonment them. If you guys want to chill there, that's fine. I will use you as rat pets later. Think that'll work? It might work. Might be a bad idea. Guess we'll find out. I'm worried he might break. Yeah. We'll just be careful. Come on, buddy. What'd you do? Stop. How did that happen? I can't even describe how that just happened. Rip. Rip rats. At least I got my tick accelerator upgrades back. That would hurt even more. But, aw, poor rats. I don't even know how that happened. I can't even explain that one. Oh well. Ain't gonna lose sleep over it, but I feel a little bad for those poor rats. I don't have my wand on me, so that's a thing. Okay, you guys can go away for a moment. I can make my spreader now. I need seeds. And I need a bucket of water. To do, automate buckets of water. There's an unlimited number of things you need to automate in this game. I guess that's not technically true. Rosa Arcana. And then let's also do the floaty bit so we don't have to have dirt in that room. Is that fair? Because I think I can make a floating Rosa. Yeah, we need you with any kind of glimmering flower. Pasture seeds is grass. Like that. It doesn't matter what flower you do. And then you combine it with the Rosa Arcana, and you've got a floating Rosa Arcana. Sweet. And then we've got Mana Spreader. I would like the floating Rosa Arcana to be as close to where the mobs are going to be as possible. Right? And then you are going to bind to there. And I like that a lot. Right? So, you've got mana in you, right? So now watch what happens. When I kill things, he should get the experience. See it? See? See the little bit of mana burst? How cool is that? Eh? Eh? See the mana bursts? That's how we know it's working. That's what's up. It's a little bit of experience, but I mean, you know, it's experience nonetheless. I never really did it this way for mana generation because I always felt like it was such a hassle to get mobs to die close enough to the Rosa Arcana. Now, in fairness, I don't know what the range is on that thing, but I always felt like it's such a paltry amount of mana you get for it. I feel like experience orbs are not that easy to get to drop. I mean, I feel like that thing can be buffed a little bit. Personal opinion. Personal opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong. But, hey, that'll help with the mana, right? I think it's a pretty small amount of mana. I have no idea if we're, like, net gaining or net losing mana here. I feel like it's a pretty small amount of mana. But, you know, The main problem is the rats. The rats getting Mediamooned is going to waste a lot of mana. But, meh, it's all good. Alright, so let's come back in a minute. How many of these rune slate things do I have, by the way? I'm up to 13. Not bad. Not bad at all. So you know what? We're not going to come back in a minute, because I'm going to make my runes of capacity here. I'm thinking I want runes of capacity need 1 each. Yeah, let's get a bunch of buckets. Like 30. You have fun with that. And I'm going to take my 10 blank runes. Okay. And we're going to do this. 10. And then now, look at that, 30,000 LP buffer. That is what's up. So now that's super cool. I need a way for you to stop running when I tell you to. I could just do that. Now he's no matter what, he's not going to run, right? Guess that works? Guess that works? Yeah, I do like the mana thing. I think that's a good addition. All right, cool. Let me fill this up. We're going to see, but in theory, in a moment here, we should have over, 8,000 and see how it's not moving stone. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Back in a minute. All right, we've now got a full 30,000, which now means we can get our tier 3 orb. Magician's Blood Orb is a block of gold. Boom, tier 3 Blood Orb. That's what's up. Oh yeah, now we're talking. All right, so I think our next main step is to upgrade the altar to tier 4. So it needs 56 total runes, minus the 28 that we had from before. Is it 28 more? Is that what it needs? I think it's 28 more, right? Because it's 4 times 7, so 28 more. We're also going to need bloodstone bricks and or large bloodstone bricks. So to get that, we need a weak blood shard. Okay. And a weak blood shard. Oh, okay, cool. Is made in... the Sanguine Reverter? Cool. Is currently the only way to get weak blood shards, specifically from an imbued slate. So we need an alchemical reaction chamber? Is that what we need? Ah. Alchemical reaction chamber. So you need a couple blocks of iron. You need a furnace. And then I'm assuming you need a tier 3 orb. So when you look at these recipes, it'll cycle through the orbs it accepts. So this is tier 3, 4, and 5, I want to say. Magician is 3. Master is 4. And Master is 4. Magician and Master. Actually, yeah, that's 3 and 4. That's it. That's all it accepts. So... this is how blood magic gates its stuff. It makes it so that you have to be at a certain tier of altar, right? So you can't get a tier 3 blood orb unless you have a tier 3 altar. So you can't progress into making one of these until you've gotten to tier 3. Got it? Good. All right, so we're going to find out how this looks. So alchemical reaction chamber, that's neat. So how does this thing work? I have no idea. The Sanguine Reverter is used to create weak blood shards and revert blood orbs to their input crafting item. So we need a Sanguine Reverter. Sanguine Reverter, which I'm assuming is probably a lot of will. I'm assuming that that's a lot of will. That needs a minimum of 350 will. We have not done much with will yet, have we? We really, really haven't, and we really, really should. So we've got some soul snares, right? How do these get? Hellfire Forge. Did we even make a Hellfire Forge? No, because we needed a blank slate, and we never did that, did we? So Hellfire Forge is how you craft using will. Pretty easy peasy. I'm going to turn you back on, by the way. Set you to always mode. So the Hellfire Forge is a crafting component here. Dun 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 dun. There's a bunch of recipes for it to make a bunch of different things. Some cool stuff, some, you know, interesting things. I don't know what those are. Shaped charges. They look cool. But generally speaking, you're going to need will. So to get will, there's two ways to do it. The Ascension Sword is kind of your best bet. So previously we saw by throwing soul snares at monsters and killing them when under the effects of the soul snare is kind of a good way to get will, right? So we can do that and then kill them. It doesn't super help that they're getting all, you know, particle effecty from my existing thing, but, you know, you get the point. And that will drop demonic wills that have certain amounts of will on them, somewhat randomized. And we can use those will points to do things. So the first thing we want to make with this will system, and this is, I'm basing this off previous versions of Blood Knight. I don't even know if this is still accurate. Lapis, gold, redstone, and glass, right? So lapis, gold, redstone, and glass. And you put some will in there, and it'll do the crafting, and it'll use up some of the demon will. Ta-da! And then this guy, this petty Tardic Gem, is basically like a will battery. So what you can do is you can drop a demon will on the ground, and when you pick it up, it'll absorb into the Tardic Gem. So that 4.8 will that we just got went in there. How cool is that? Not bad, right? Now your crafting system works as follows. There's two metrics that are shown on the crafter, right? And is there any more will that got picked up automatically? There was. There was a 4.83, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that. So the top number, minimum will, is how much will needs to be contained within the crystal or the gem in order for the crafting to be possible. And then the drained amount is how much will is consumed. So we need to have a gem with 350 will in it to do this crafting, and then it'll use 30, and there'll be 320 remaining, which is an interesting way to do resources, right? Not many mods do it this way, but it makes sure that you get to a certain threshold without charging you that threshold, right? It's not like you need to have 1,000 because it costs 1,000. It's no, you need to get to 1,000, but I'm only going to cost 50, so you can make as many as you want after that, right? Like, you know, within reason. So that's pretty neat. So the Ascension Sword is your next important craft, and that has a minimum and a drained amount of, 0. Well, that's cool. But you need another petty Tardic Gem, which is a 1 and a 1. So what we need is another redstone, gold, glass, and lapis. We'll pop these dudes in here, and we can use this Tardic Gem as a battery to do the crafting as well. And it'll drain energy out of the will, so it's going to drain 1. See that? And now we've got the petty Tardic Gem, and then we just need a sword, an iron sword for that matter. And we pop that dude in there. And he's going to craft into a... Did I do this already? I don't think I did, right? I don't think I did. Pretty sure I didn't. I'll be embarrassed if I did. But I'm pretty sure I didn't do this already. And that gets us Ascension Sword, which is cool. Now what this thing does, which is really neat, is depending on if you have a gem in your inventory, it detects that, and the more will stored in the gem causes this to do more damage. Okay? Also, it will automatically drop will when you kill mobs with it, no longer needing the snares that we just did. Cool. So the snares that we threw at mobs to get demon will, we don't need no more. And that's pretty exciting. We just need to kill mobs with this thing. This paltry and sad looking little sword, almost like a dagger. I hesitate to call it a sword. Like that sword. This looks like a dagger. Doesn't this look like a dagger? Just saying. But anyway, can you be enchanted, I presume? I'm guessing you get, like, the full suite of normal enchants, right? So we want looting. I guess we don't have looting, do we? And sharpness would both be really nice to have on this thing. We've got fortune, which is not what I want. I want looting. I suppose you're going to be like, outlaw. What's outlaw? I don't even know what outlaw does. What's outlaw do? Increases damage dealt to villager mobs. How rude. So I might want to bump that guy up, because fortune will affect the will drops. So you'll get more will when you kill mobs if you have fortune. Oh, I just saw my rat suffocating the wall and got sad again. You'll get more will drops if you've got fortune on the Ascension Sword. So we should probably, or not fortune, looting. You know what I mean. So let's go out and about where we might find some mobs. And like I said, the main takeaway here is that you will get will from mobs without having to use the throwy bits. And I guess it's not dark enough for mobs to spawn on the surface, but there might be some underground here, it looks like. Hello, zombie. Cool. And now we've got 9.69. And now we're at 12.69. So we get a small amount of will. And then eventually our sword, see how it's doing 6 attack damage now instead of 4? So it already leveled up my sword a little bit. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. That's pretty cool, right? So it does obviously, you know, not do a ton of damage early on, but as we upgrade to higher and higher tiers of will, we will definitely do more. And that'll be cool. And then we'll fill this gem up, and then our next task will be to get the next tier of gem. So the next tier of gem is the lesser Tardic Gem, and then we're going to need the common Tardic Gem. Petty, lesser, I think common's the next one, right? Yep, there's common, that's cool. Now, unfortunately, you use these gems to craft all the things in the forge, so, you know, it's a thing. Tardic Gem. So greater seems to be the last tier. So lesser is made with a petty, diamond, block of lapis, block of redstone, and we need a minimum of 60 will. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to fill this thing up with 60 will. Then we're going to use it with a brand new petty Tardic to make the lesser. And then we need to fill that one up. And note, it's only going to use 20, so we'll still have 40 will left. Then we want to fill that one up and get to common tier. Because common, I don't know how much each one of these can hold. I forget. But, like, they can hold a certain amount, and then they're full. This one's, like, you can see already about a fifth full. So he's going to hold, like, I don't know, 80-ish? Something like that? 64, 100? I don't know, something like that. Small enough. That's all you need to know. Not enough. So we want probably... We definitely need lesser. We might need common. We'll see how much each one's hold. I forget what they hold. If it's, you know, 64, 128 or something like that. But basically what I'm going to do between episodes is this. I'm going to farm mobs, and I'm going to level this thing up. I may or may not throw looting on here. Looting will make that go faster, but also looting is not trivial to get, right? It's, you know, if I could get looting in 5 seconds, I would, but I don't want to stand at the enchanting table for half an hour, like I've had to do in previous iterations, right? In the past, I've had to just literally stand at the enchanting table for half an hour until my dice roll came up good. I don't like that. So, I think it's wrapping up point. So, Darryl 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Good progress in Blood Magic today. Very pleased with that. We are very soon going to be at tier 4 Blood Magic, which will be cool. And then that'll give us access to some pretty cool rituals that we can again go back to, number 1, using to make crops grow faster. At this point, I think we've got enough wood that we don't care about that anymore, but, you know, it'll still be neat. And there's some other rituals that'll be cool too. Specifically, a ritual that will automatically kill mobs for me near my blood altar so that we don't have to worry about that. And then we could really nicely automate that process, right? So, hey, look, my thing's full, so let's go home. I'm going to go upgrade it now. So, by the way, tier 1 holds 64. Yes, that is the number that tier 1 holds. We now know that number, and we know what it does, so that's cool. Put away this junk we don't need no more, and I'm going to go upgrade my gem. For now, Darryl 20 signing off. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I really do, because I'm having a lot of fun with Blood Magic. It's been a while, I think, since I played it. Is it me, or has it been a while since Blood Magic has been around? Am I crazy? I feel like I'm crazy. Maybe it's just I haven't played it in a while. But yeah, So I'm going to make you, and then we want our redstone block, lapis block. And what else was it for the second? Diamond. Cool. Okay. Whoop. And then you go there, and now you're going to make a lesser, right? And then real quick tip as I'm wrapping up here is that you can also drain the will that's in the petty into the lesser by sneak right-clicking one of them. There you go. Sneak right-click the lower tier, and it'll give you the will into the larger tier. How cool is that? Nice, right? So this guy might be able to hold 128. I forget what the second tier is, but I'm going to go kill more mobs with my sword. Probably won't bother with looting. For now, L20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.